Hello, this is an extension part of your lecture. So basically, the first two video was recorded 2 years earlier. I keep it and I will make some extension because you have learned something regarding the computer system design in this early video, but during this time period the technology has been changed and many things over the time it changed. So this extension is basically to show you how the technology rapidly changed and how it impact to our life, to the computer system design. So particularly I can say that you are learning about the supercomputer, the world first supercomputer Fugaku now has been replaced by another one. We will learn about that, and we learn about the iPhone Pro Max 12. Now it is Pro Max 14. What is the change between the 12 and 14, and some other relevant thing that has been changed during this couple of years. And one more thing that I write here, while you're writing your report, you must be consider this third part. So maybe some information over there was perfect for that time, but for example, in that video it says that Fugaku was the world's most fastest supercomputer, but right now it's replaced by another one. So while you're writing a report and pick your topic, you have to pick from the first part or second part. By this time you have to be address the extension part. Well, so let's start. Well, let's start the slide. So I give the name is Changing Technology in 2021 to 2023, last 3 years. So start from the pursuit of the higher performance that I have discussed in part 2, basically also in part 1. So how the forecast of several law is not working and prediction is not working and is going to the different technologies, like so the IC, the number of transistors is increasing day by day, but not like following the Moore's law. On top of that, we have now the different technology for multiple core, then cluster, and then hardware accelerator. So considering all the thing here was discussed in the part 2 regarding the iPhone 12 Pro Max in 2021. So look, it has 11.3 billion transistor in 5.5 nanometer technology with the A14 Apple chip. And here is this. So after 1 year in 2022, the number of transistors increased to 15 billion, and it's a 15 bionic chip with the same 5 nanometer technology. So you can have a compare here. It's increased the number of transistors drastically. Well, and now in 2023, iPhone 14 Pro Max having 16 billion transistor, and the technology is the first chip built in the state of art 4 nanometer technology. So this is the change that I want to show you from the early video to this video. So if you think about the parameter, the computing speed, the networking and storage, everything is increasing to improve the power of performance of a computer. Well, from the smartphone now I want to shift with a supercomputer. So I have discussed with the computer K that was retired, and then I have detailed discussed about the Fugaku, and that time it was the fastest supercomputer, and until May 2022 the Fugaku was the world fastest supercomputer, and it was active in 2022 since the May 2020 it's active in 2020, and since May 2022 it was the fastest supercomputer, and the speed is 1.42 exaflops. While I record that video for the Fugaku, I told you, so far I remember, that who knows the next supercomputer might be in exascale, and here is it. So now we find the world first exascale computing. That means it can perform the billion times billion operation per second. And from the June 2022, Frontier is the world first exascale and fastest supercomputer. Okay, so I will conclude this part with a comparison discussion in the technology from smartphone, the smallest device, to the supercomputer, the biggest device. So this comparison will help you to understand how robust the technology grow up. Well, let's start with the iPhone. Take the pointer. Okay, so iPhone 11 in 2021, it having 8.5 billion transistor. At that time, it was in 7 nanometer technology, was the state of the art. And after a couple of years, after 3 years, now we have iPhone 14 Pro Max having almost double 16 billion transistor, and we have the now the state of the art 4 nanometer technology. Think within this couple of years, 3 years perhaps, so how the technology is changed in a very small device, so a smartphone or the iPhone. So same thing also happened in the personal computer, personal computer, server computer, cluster computer, data center, and also its impact remains in the supercomputer. And this is the message that the fastest computer crown is now goes to the frontiers. So the Japan's supercomputer just made by the Fujitsu and Riken is now the world's second fastest supercomputer. And we can give the comparison here. So it having the scale is different. So 1.20 exaflops, and it is, I think, more than 2% faster than the supercomputer Fugaku. So the objective of this part 3 is basically to show you how rapid the technology is changed. And as a researcher, you have to change yourself in much more faster than this technology. I hope you guys can do this, and that's end of this lecture. And I think you guys enjoy this. If you have any question before submitting your report, you can ask me in Moodle or you can mail me. Thank you very much. That's all.